Hey guys, Dr. Ben here. Welcome to a Power Pack Brokerpreneur Byte. Get ready to dive into proven strategies for recruiting top talent, retaining your best agents, and skyrocketing sales in the next 10 minutes. I'm your host, of course, Dr. Ben Spears, along with our real estate guru, Matt Byte. Join us as we unravel the secrets to take your brokerage to new heights. Let's dive in. Before coronavirus, even showed up, the majority of people in this world sit on this device, the majority of the time.
Right.
Now you're looking at, okay, well, you can't go anywhere. There's nothing.
They were given permission. They were given permission to do it.
You can go to the drive-through some places,
right.
Grab a cheeseburger. But other than that, you're kind of at your house.
Yep.
And when you're there and there's just nothing, there's only so much Netflix you can binge,
right?
And YouTube. You just grab this and you're just flipping through. I wonder what the other people who are stuck on their couch are doing today.
That's right. Yeah.
And what better place for, broker owners.
That's right.
To say like, hey, I exist. I'm not asking you for anything, but here's the thing. I'm willing to offer you a tremendous amount of value, right? The things that you're telling your agents in your office, like whatever's working, share that with everybody. Collaboration versus isolation. Because if their broker's not telling them anything, or they're getting ghosted, and they're like, I wonder what. Oh, it looks like the last post was 9 years ago,
right?
on my.
And the first thing,
you started a Facebook group the other day.
That's what I was just about to say. The first thing I did, as soon as that started happening, and I got a kudos to you for helping open my eyes to that. The first thing I did was, holy shit, we got to get in a Facebook group. And so I started throwing invites out there. I started the addendum for the state went in there immediately. The from our owners, the video went in there. I just started dumping stuff in there so that everybody would have it for those resources and those tools, because Facebook's a strong platform, right? It's not the only one, and there's, pluses and minuses, whatever. But the bottom line is, it is a strong platform, and it's something that's going to be there that's going to allow you to be able to leverage your time and your conversations with people. And there's a bunch of different ways to get content there. You can make attachments. I created a private group and then just started putting attachments in there of all the stuff that they needed to be sharing with their customers and with their seller, everybody. And so for me, that was the first thing. As I said, how are we going to collaborate? We got to find a place that we got to do it. Where's everybody at? Exactly like what you just said, man. They got their phone in their hand. They're clicking on it. That's the place for them to be.
Well, I got the notification, because Matt was kind enough to invite me to the group. I got the notification and instantly, from the invite, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to join this. And I have to imagine, just because Matt likes me just a little bit, that, I was one of the first few people invited, but it had to be like first 5 minutes, 30 of your agents were already in that group.
Oh, yeah.
And then just to take it up another notch, you went live, showing them and talking to them, right there. Hey, this is what this group is all about, right? This is why we created this. And, this isn't a time to lock yourself in a closet and go hide and be scared, right? No. Yeah, we may not be able to shake hands and rub shoulders in the office, but it doesn't mean that we can't do all those things right here. And then, of course, obviously, you're available to all your agents regardless. But
dude, we're gonna have a happy hour in there, right? And the cool part is I don't have to pay for all the drinks now. We're gonna have a happy hour. I've got a competition that they're gonna go find memes online, and whoever has the best meme, I'm gonna DoorDash some food to their front door. That's the kind of stuff.
Killer.
Yeah. So that's the kind of stuff that I want to be able to do in that group. And if you're a broker owner out there and you're not doing that stuff, you need to get off your ass and you need to start doing that. Connect with your people. And I wouldn't go out there and start grabbing other people and recruiting with this. Absolutely. If that's what you want to do, you can do it. I wouldn't kind of do that. But the other parts of this with your own people, because, when you're doing good stuff with your people, you're recruiting. It just happens to be, it's called retention instead of recruiting. You're re-recruiting your people every day, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we have to make sure that we're doing is that creates that culture that people want to be in. And so we've got some other stuff coming up that will help other people out. And we've got a course coming out that's going to help out and all that kind of stuff. There's a bunch of things that are going to tie all of this together. But right now the fundamental bottom line thing with this is do the right thing with your culture, and it's going to spread. I have, so one of the events that we talked, one of the events that we recently spoke at, right? So Elevate, I sent some stuff out to all of the people at Elevate, right, as all this started happening. I said, here's the addendum the state came out with and all that kind of stuff. I just kind of pushed out to them. Dude, you'd be surprised how many of them had not heard anything about any of this. And these are all really productive agents, and they're all in not small offices. These are big offices. And I sent this stuff out, and I was like, hey, here's what I've got, absolutely talk with your broker about this. I just wanted to make sure you had it. And here's a breakdown from the state of how this was going to be. And they were blowing me back up going, Matt, thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate that. In my opinion, that's just about having the right culture and putting it out there, which you have to consistently do. You have to do it all the time.
Yeah, no, there were definitely a few agents who, we work with, from a digital marketing standpoint, who asked me like, have you seen this new addendum? I'm like,
oh yeah,
I don't really know how to use it. Like, it was emailed to me by the, by the state and blah, 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 blah. And and you know what I did? I was like, let me hook you up, and I'm just going to get Matt to send you an email.
That's right. Right. And we're happy to do it. And there's, there's no hook on that, right? That's just doing the right thing for the consumer through the agent is what that boils down to.
Yeah. So, and going back a little bit, cause I wanted to ask this, and I already know the answer. So it helps. You started that Facebook group, you went live. How much time would you say that took you to create that group and then to go live for 2 minutes?
So if the live was 2 minutes, the group took me to just open the group took me 2 minutes and 30 seconds, including the 2 minutes for the live. I mean, it was.
So would you say like there's probably not a lot of excuses to not go and do that?
No excuses.
This podcast.
No excuses. Yeah, no excuses. So I'll tell you something cool though, and you probably knew this, but I'm going to throw this out there. Mm-hmm. So the Facebook, when you create a private group, because we're talking about a private group, guys, right? So it's a private group. When you create a private group, it has a way that you can embed an invitation inside of an HTML email. Okay. Some of you guys, that might scare the shit out of you. It shouldn't. It was extremely easy to do. Okay. So you just embed that in there, and all they had to do was click that link, and it took them to basically the front door of that. And all I had to do is accept the invite after that. All of that included, I mean, seriously, figuring all that out, because that was the first time I did it, figuring all of that out, 20 minutes. And I already had, a couple of videos in there, already had all of that. I put a couple of things in there today, and it's blowing up. I put you saw the picture probably of me with the fireman's hat on. And I said, I'm just putting out fires today at the office. I mean, and of course, people are joking around about that. They want to know that it's okay. They want to know that, who, in spite of what's going on with, COVID-19 right now, that we're still connected the way that we were connected. They still want to know that. And if you're not doing that as a broker, you need to be doing that, especially if you promised people that you were a good leader when you were recruiting them. It's time for you to show them. This is a chance for you to show up and do what you need to do.
Yeah. And let's do this, because again, we're just all about value. If any of you guys are like, gosh, I don't know how to create a Facebook group. I don't know how to do, embed this invitation to an HTML email. You know what, we're going to, if you're getting this because, we sent you an email, or you're listening to it on iTunes or Spotify, or, you're seeing it on YouTube, either in the email or in the description, we're going to throw an email address in there and just say like, hey, I'm struggling. I really think that's a great idea. I would like to do that. Send us an email. And
we'll walk you through it.
Matt and I will hop on the phone with you. It'll take 10 minutes and we'll walk you through it.
Yeah, and if we need to, I'll take you on a tour of my Facebook group real quick. I'll let you jump in there with everybody, and and you can just see some of the content that we put in there if that's what somebody wants. We just want to help however we can help, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what this is about. No one, we're all going to suffer a little bit, but no one should let this, kind of run their business down, destroy their business, that kind of thing. There's so many avenues out there for you to really take advantage of this and look at this situation as an opportunity instead of staring at the calendar saying like, oh, man.
Yeah, it's an opportunity, not an obstacle. Absolutely.
That's exactly right.
Think about what you would tell your agents. If you're a broker owner out there, what are you telling your agents? Are you telling your agents, oh yeah, go cuddle, go huddle in the corner and suck your thumb in the fetal position, right? That's not what you're telling them. Cuddle. Go cuddle with yourself in the corner.
Go over there and cuddle.
Wave goodbye. Yeah, you're not telling them that. You're telling them to get out there and go do what you need to do. Well, you need to do the same thing. If you're telling them to lead with their customers, it's time for you as a broker owner, as a managing broker, it's time for you to go out there and lead. Go do your thing, man.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
So we've got some other podcasts coming up, right? So people can.
Yeah,
so
exactly. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but we got a bunch of things coming up. We're going to shoot actually quite a few of these podcasts today, just being completely honest with you, because it's just information that really needs to get out there. It's all going to be, based around recruiting. It's going to be very time relevant to exactly what we're going through right now. And so, if you see this posted, one day after the other, you get a few emails, day after day after day, just know that this is just us trying to say, you know what, listen to this, gather this information. This first podcast is basically, introducing Matt and I, just getting a little personality out there, and making sure that, that we're coming from the right place. We're never going to ask you for anything. The whole purpose is, let's just see if we can all,
Ben, one of the coolest things that I ever heard you say, was you just want to be part of the win.
Yeah, just want to be part of the win.
First times we ever talked, that we ever really sat down and talked, and I thought, man, that's a cool way to be. It doesn't have to be all about you. It doesn't have to be about your ego. It doesn't have to be all about that. You just want to be able to contribute to that win. And I've watched you do it with agents, with brokers, with everybody that you've come in contact with. I love that. That's what we're going to do here. We're going to do a lot of it. So you guys stay tuned. Okay.
Awesome, guys. And, if you're listening to us on iTunes and Spotify, subscribe to it right now. Same thing on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And, if you got this on an email, then, there's definitely going to be a link there for you to go and subscribe as well. So, all right.
Look for it. Let us know if we can help out with the Facebook group, guys. Thanks.
All right.